Atlantia, viver Atlantia, vince Atlantia, Hector. My dear friends at Azure, you have wonderful MS monsters from Microsoft, but they are not quite the monsters that you think they are. They are not 128 cores, but they are 64 cores processors. You are using the Xeon, the Intel Xeon E7 8890, a pretty expensive processor, built on 22 nanometers with 16 cores and 32 threads. I checked this information 5 times on CPU-Z, on Sandra, on AIDA 64, and on other utilities. HDTune Pro and I don't know, others. Okay. So, my dear friends, I benchmarked your wonderful computer in Cinebench. It is wonderful to see 164 processor going at the same time. I saw the information in the device manager who says there are 128 processors, but in fact there are only 64. Yes, I bought the 8000 version, not the 16000 version. You are selling on your website a 16000 version with 128 cores and 4 terabytes of RAM, and an 8000 version with 128 cores and 64 terabytes of RAM. Perhaps you should, perhaps there is a typo there. Perhaps there are only 64 cores. I saw that because I installed Windows 10, but I saw the limits on Windows 10. Windows 10 has limits of 64 processors on the 64-bit version, of 256 processors and 2 terabytes of memory. And CPU-Z says to me that there are 2 sockets. Each socket contains a processor having 16 cores and 32 threads. So in total there are 32 cores and 64 threads. Okay, my dear friends, so let us check. We have the wonderful Q6600 4-core processor on 65 nanometers. On 45 nanometers we have octa-cores. On 32 nanometer we have deca-hexacore or hexa-deca-core 16-core processor. And we have 32 core processor or 32 threads on 22 nanometers, and this processor is built on 22 nanometers, and there are 2 of them, therefore there are 64 threads, not cores, my dear friends. The price is quite wonderful, because for the same price I could get a 24 cores with 4 GPUs, and you know the GPUs do approximately half the work. So the 24 cores, it's approximately 48 cores, but it doesn't really matter because I'm running Boeing, and on many occasions I only use the CPU. On calculating asteroids, black hole, the universe, on Milky Way we'll use GPU. On SETI I believe only the CPU. On GPU Grid we use the GPU. On Rosetta Stone we use. On Citizen Grid we use the GPU. On IBM Grid we also use the GPU. On treating cancer and AIDS we also use the GPU. And on finding microbes and pulsars we also use the GPU. So my dear friends, thank you very much for your competence. But the machine that you're selling is not 128 cores, it is only 64 cores. Yes. A nice computer though. It is a wonder to see that, because Windows 10 has a limit of 2 terabytes, and I was anxious to see how much of those it is put aside in Resource Monitor. It is not put aside.